Welcome, and thank you for your interest in this research. In this paper, we are interested in multi-speaker speech recognition from ultrasound images of the tongue and video images of the lips for modal and silent speech. Modal speech denotes a standard speaking mode where laryngeal and pulmonary activity operate as normal. In silent speech, speakers activate oral and nasal articulators but suppress laryngeal activity, so there is no audible output. For this work, we use the publicly available tongue and lips corpus. This corpus is available online and it is distributed with the UltraSuite repository. We begin by training speech recognition systems on modal speech. We then evaluate them on matched test sets of modal and silent speech. We observed that performance on silent speech was substantially lower than on modal speech in terms of word error rate. This indicates a domain mismatch between speaking modes. Techniques that model that domain mismatch, such as fMLLR or unsupervised modal adaptation, improve the results on silent speech, but not on modal speech. To understand these results and the differences between modal and silent speech, we analyze the two speaking modes. To measure articulatory space, we use the ultrasound images of the tongue, and we track the position of the tongue for all ultrasound frames. We then compute the convex hull of all tongue splines separately for modal and silent speech. We observe that overall articulatory space in terms of tongue movement is smaller in silent speech than in modal speech. This indicates that most speakers hypoarticulate when speaking silently, although we do observe that some speakers hyperarticulate. In terms of speaking rate, we observe that most speakers speak slower when silently articulating. We finally compare those observations with word error rates, and surprisingly, we find no meaningful correlations at the speaker level. In other words, although silent speech is slower and hypoarticulated, the difference with respect to modal speech does not correlate with the performance of the acoustic models in terms of word error rate. This is the end of my presentation. For more details and ideas for future work, please have a look at our paper and attend our session at Interspeech. Thank you for listening.